ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa will visit the home of the late Johannesburg Mayor Jolidee Matongo. He'll be conveying his condolences to Matongo's family on behalf of the party and the broader mass democratic movement. Matongo died in a car crash on Saturday. That was after spending the day campaigning for the ANC in Soweto along with the president. Let's take you live to our reporter Manqoba Mchunu, who is outside the home of the late mayor. Manqoba, the president expected to arrive there, members of the ANC singing songs as they pay their respects to the former mayor, the late mayor.
Indeed, Clement, in fact, we are expecting President Cyril Ramaphosa to arrive here at about 10 past 3 here in Lenasia, where, of course, many of the members of the ANC have gathered here outside. I'm just going to step out of shot just to show you the hype of activity that is taking place here. You can hear Clement struggle songs being belted out by some of those wards that have really come here to come and pay their respects to the family, but also to come and mourn one of their comrades who was, of course, at the helm of the city of Johannesburg, the first citizen of the city of Johannesburg, who really spent only about 5 weeks in office, having been elected in August after the death of the then mayor of Johannesburg, Manqoba in July. Of course, it is quite a sad occasion. It is quite a loss, not only for the ANC, but for the city as well, having lost 2 mayors just this year alone. So we have seen quite a number of people, including neighbors, who have also gathered here to come and pay their respects, of course, anticipating the arrival of President Cyril Ramaphosa. He has also, conveyed his sadness on the passing of Jolidee Matongo. Clement, having spent Saturday with him on the campaign trail, saying that Jolidee Matongo's loss was really a tragic one, more especially for the citizens of Johannesburg, given the fact that this was a person who would have led the city and who was ultimately going to be the face of the election, the local government elections that's coming up on the 1st of November. So we've seen members of the ANC Women's League, we've seen different wards that are here outside, really coming here to this home in anticipation of the president's arrival. But of course, just looking at Jolidee Matongo himself, this was a long-standing member of the Johannesburg region, really having served and started his political activism at the age of 13. And most of the people describe him as a humble, an accessible and a simple person, despite having worn those mayoral chains in the country's economic cup. And also, just looking at his history, Clement, I can tell you that he did serve in COSAS at some stage as a young person, and also as a member of the ANC Youth League, where he served as a regional secretary, and then later was elected as the chairperson of the Greater Johannesburg. And he also became the MMC in the city of Johannesburg, the MMC of Finance in the city of Johannesburg. He was appointed, of course, to that position in 2019 by the late Mayor Manqoba. So we are expecting the president to arrive anytime soon. Of course, the sentiments we're hearing from people outside here is that they're really shocked. This has taken them aback, and that they're really mourning not only the death of their comrade, but a leader, and a fearless leader, and a courageous leader here in the city of Johannesburg.
Well, and you have been speaking to some of the leaders arriving there, Manqoba, some people that know him personally. These are his friends. Some of them are his colleagues, people he's worked in, not only in the ANC, but in the city of Johannesburg as well. What are they telling you? How are they remembering him?
Indeed. In fact, just a short while ago, we spoke to the MMC of Finance, Matsidiso Mfiko, in the city of Johannesburg, who of course says that it's still surreal to them. You know, they still don't believe what happened. In fact, she says she was one of the people that went to the accident scene on Saturday, and they're really shocked, they're really saddened, because they had so much hope in his leadership. You know, this is a man that took to his position really running making sure that he started the job and he took over from where Jeff Manqoba had left in terms of service delivery. This was a person who was really committed to service delivery, to ensuring a high standard of service delivery in the city. So they're saying that it is quite a big loss. And you would imagine, Clement, going into an election without Jolidee Matongo, who was supposed to be the leader of their campaign. It is really a tragic and really a blow for the ruling party. But also Matsidiso Mfiko saying that, they will continue the work, of course. They will continue the work that Jolidee Matongo had started here. I see now the former mayor of Johannesburg, in fact, Parks Tau, here now. Can I just get a word from you, Mr. Tau? Just first of all, the death of Jolidee Matongo was certainly unexpected and shocking. How are you dealing with it as an organization?
Well, it's extremely shocking to the people of Johannesburg, to the family, and indeed to us as the African National Congress. In reality, we're currently internalizing the reality that we've lost Mayor Matongo so soon after we'd lost Mayor Manqoba. And the reality is that we are in mourning at this stage, and members of the ANC have over the past week been holding various memorial services in different parts of the region and indeed throughout the country.
And it's quite a blow, I can imagine, for the ANC. It's campaigning for the ANC on November 1. And really the city of Johannesburg, or Johannesburg region, has lost 2 leaders in the run-up to this.
Well, I think in particular we're concerned about the stability of the city because change in leadership has an impact on the organization. But in reality right now we are focused on remembering the lives and times of Jolidee Matongo, his contribution to South Africa and indeed the role that he played in the city of Johannesburg. We will really get back to the impact that it will have on the ANC after we've laid the late mayor to rest.
You knew him well, of course. Describe the person that he was. What should people take from him?
I think many people have said over the past week that he's a very jolly person, but very dedicated to the work that he does, very committed to ensuring that he's able to address the task that he has been assigned. I think he performed stellarly well in his role as MMC for Finance, and it was thus that in fact we identified him as the appropriate candidate to take over from the late mayor. So it's really a blow to us as a movement and indeed to the people of Johannesburg, because the work of ensuring that the city stabilizes its finances, the work of ensuring that it's able to resuscitate its ability to invest massively in infrastructure was a task that Jolie had undertaken with commitment and with great aplomb.
Thank you very much for your time. That was the former mayor of Johannesburg, of course, sharing his sentiments as well on Jolidee Matongo, describing the selfless leader he was, a person who was really dedicated to his job and to the commitment of leading the city of Johannesburg.
Right. Manqoba Mchunu, thank you so much for bringing us the latest outside the home of the late mayor of Johannesburg, Jolidee Matongo. The President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to arrive any minute now to pay his respects on behalf of government, on behalf of the ANC as well. As soon as he arrives, they will take you back to Lenasia.